Have you ever looked at your life and whispered, "Tomorrow, everything changes. Tomorrow, I'll wake up early. Tomorrow, I'll stop wasting time. Tomorrow, I'll start working out. Tomorrow, I'll eat healthy. Tomorrow, I'll finally become the person I've always wanted to be." But somehow, tomorrow never arrives. You stay motivated for a few days. Then life gets busy. The alarm gets snoozed. The gym is skipped. The books stay closed. And once again, you're left wondering, why can everyone else change except me? If you've ever asked yourself that question, don't skip this story. Ethan Brooks was 30 years old. He lived alone in a small apartment just outside Columbus, Ohio. Nothing about his life looked terrible. He had a steady office job. He paid his bills on time. His coworkers respected him. His family loved him. From the outside, everything looked perfectly normal. But every night when he came home and closed the apartment door, he felt like he was watching his own life slip away. His bookshelf was full of unfinished books. His closet held expensive workout clothes with the tags still attached. A treadmill stood quietly in the corner, covered with shirts instead of sweat. His desk was filled with notebooks containing ambitious plans that lasted only a few days. Every page began the same way. New life starts Monday. Monday came, Monday went. Nothing changed. The truth was, Ethan wasn't lazy. He wasn't stupid. He wasn't afraid of hard work. He simply believed that changing his life meant changing everything at once. Every few months, he would get inspired. He'd spend hours watching motivational videos. He'd buy a new planner, purchase another online course, order healthy food, delete social media. Promise himself that from tomorrow forward, he would become a completely different person. His schedule looked like something designed for superheroes. Wake up at 5 a.m., exercise for an hour, cold shower, read 50 pages, work 8 hours, study a new skill, meditate, journal, sleep exactly 8 hours. On paper, it looked perfect. Reality told a different story. The first day felt amazing. He was full of excitement. The second day felt difficult. By the third day, he was exhausted. His muscles hurt. His motivation faded. Work became stressful. By Friday, he skipped one workout. Saturday became a cheat day. Sunday became a day of guilt. And by Monday, he was back where he started. Again. Every failure hurt a little more than the last one. After enough failed attempts, Ethan stopped believing his own promises.
Whenever he said, "This time will be different," a small voice inside replied, "No, it won't." That voice became louder every year. One rainy evening, he sat by his apartment window watching strangers walk through the city. Some were rushing home from work. Some looked tired. Some looked successful. And Ethan couldn't stop asking himself, why does everyone else seem to be moving forward while I'm standing still? For the first time in years, not because life was terrible, but because he felt trapped inside a version of himself he no longer wanted to be. The next morning, he decided to try one last time. He bought healthy groceries, signed up for a premium gym membership, registered for an online business course, printed a perfect daily schedule. He promised himself, "This is my final restart." For the first week, everything went according to plan. He never missed a workout. He cooked every meal. He studied every evening. He crossed every completed task off his planner with pride. It felt incredible. But underneath all that excitement, his body was quietly burning out. He wasn't building habits, he was surviving on motivation. By the second week, his energy disappeared. He struggled to focus at work. His legs stayed sore. Simple tasks suddenly felt overwhelming. One evening, he came home completely exhausted. He stared at the gym bag beside the door. He couldn't do it. I'll skip today, just once. The next day became another missed workout. Soon, the healthy meals disappeared. The online course remained unopened. The planner stayed closed. Within days, everything collapsed. Again. That Friday night, Ethan sat on the floor surrounded by everything he had bought to fix his life. The expensive shoes, the unread books, the untouched journals, the unopened supplements. It all felt like proof that maybe he was simply broken. The following Monday, while climbing the stairs at work, Ethan suddenly stopped halfway. He leaned against the wall trying to catch his breath. His coworker Daniel noticed immediately. "You okay?" Ethan forced a smile. "I'm fine." Daniel didn't believe him. Instead of walking away, he sat beside him. "You know," Daniel said, "I've watched you restart your life at least 6 times. Ethan laughed. "And fail 6 times. Daniel smiled. "I used to be exactly like you." Ethan looked. "You?" Daniel nodded. "I spent years believing success required giant changes." "So, what changed?" Daniel stood up. "Meet me tomorrow morning." "Where?" "The park." "What are we doing?" "You'll see." The next morning, Ethan expected an intense workout. Instead, Daniel was sitting quietly on a bench holding 2 cups of coffee. "No workout?" Ethan asked. Daniel smiled. "We're just going for a walk." They walked slowly around the lake. No rushing, no lectures, no motivational speeches. Finally, Daniel stopped beside the water. He picked up a tiny pebble and tossed it into the lake. Small ripples spread across the surface. "What do you see?" he asked. "A pebble." "And?" "The water moved." Daniel nodded. "Exactly." One tiny action changed the entire surface. He looked directly at Ethan. People think their lives change because of one massive decision. They don't. They change because of thousands of tiny decisions repeated every single day. Evening walks became morning jogs. 1 page became 20. Water replaced soda. Home-cooked meals became normal. Without realizing it, he had stopped trying to become a different person. He had become one. Nearly a year later, Ethan returned to the same park. Daniel was sitting on the same bench. He smiled the moment he saw Ethan. "You look different." Ethan laughed. "I feel different." "What changed?" Ethan looked across the lake. "The funny thing is, I never changed my whole life. I only changed today. And then I did the same thing tomorrow." Daniel smiled. "That's how real transformation works." Years later, people constantly asked Ethan for his secret. What workout changed your life? What book changed your mindset? What morning routine made you successful? He always smiled before answering. There wasn't one. I just stopped waiting for perfect motivation. I stopped trying to become a new person overnight. And I started respecting small progress. Because success doesn't arrive with fireworks. It arrives quietly. One promise, one decision, one ordinary day at a time. So before this video ends, don't promise yourself that you'll completely transform your life next Monday. Don't wait for January 1st. Don't wait until you feel motivated. Instead, ask yourself one simple question. What's one small action I can take today that my future self will thank me for? And who knows? One small step today might become the beginning of the life you've been dreaming about all along.